Greetings, flesh wound horror freaks, and welcome to a brand new episode of Flesh Wound Horror. I am Daniel Shine, joined by producer Todd Loya.
What's up?
Pugs Dread.
Namaste. What's up?
And Mike Kruger.
What's up, you sick motherfuckers?
So we're here tonight. We got a lot of reviews for you guys tonight. A lot of stuff I know been very eager to talk about. And
before we jump in, I just thought of something, so I didn't give you guys a head up. Chucky teaser. Did you all watch it, and what did you think?
I did not. I'm trying to avoid it.
I watched it, and I won't say anything about it. But
there's not a lot to it.
I still don't think it's going to work as a TV show. I think this is going to be a one and done season.
You know what's funny
I
though?
did see a headline about a Charles Lee Ray backstory. I'm interested in that, but
me too.
I don't know if that can sustain. How many episodes is it going to be?
13 probably. But here's the thing. It got inspired because of Hannibal, right? Did you know that? The series?
Yeah, but Hannibal you can do for multiple seasons.
Well, why couldn't you?
He's a motherfucking serial killer, dude.
Thank you.
I think
voodoo?
Yeah, but once you get over the fact of it's a killer doll. And remember, you got to draw in non-Chucky fans too.
Why?
So, you do to get the ratings that you need. You just do. And I don't know if the novelty will wear off for some people. I mean, yes, we will watch every episode, I'm sure, but it's not enough. I don't know. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
I think it'll have the only other thing that would be comparable, and it's not even that comparable for a sci-fi show, is something like Tremors that had a built-in audience but didn't kill it. But I think it's a different time, and I think social media is going to help this one.
Tremors, you have so much more you could do too, though, because of all the different creatures. You could definitely stretch out a couple of seasons.
That's why I thought about it. My kid was playing with my little Chucky.
I want that. I want that one. That's one of the Funko mystery minis.
Yeah, and he didn't like this one though.
Yeah, that's what this Jason over here is.
Nice.
I got leather face right here.
He didn't like the other one.
Damn, the Leatherface. Oh shit! Is that Hannibal?
It was.
God damn. Fuck, that's series 1, 2. Those motherfuckers are expensive.
Well, it was, the head was just glued on initially. It didn't technically I could fix it, but if you some super glue, that shit would be fine. He just basically whatever.
Well, there goes again.
And now
there goes that eBay haul. That sucks.
If it ends up like Hannibal or Bates Motel, that's awesome. If it ends up like Omen, whatever. I got enough content to watch anyway.
It's those are very different kinds of stories, though. Again, I hope I'm wrong. I really want it to kick ass. I just don't know.
I think with all the stuff the last couple of movies brought to the table, I think you'll be able to. I think there's enough there with especially if Chucky's there's more than one of him. If they end up revisiting that, or I don't know. I see it being at least entertaining if you're a Chucky fan. But you're right. It may not pertain to new fans, but for us, I mean, it's great.
I'm guessing 2 seasons. I'll be shocked
probably.
if it goes longer. But
there's no way it goes as long as Ash versus Evil Dead.
Right. But see, look at that one. That didn't have anywhere near as big of an audience as Chucky. Chucky's like Santa Claus. Everyone knows who he is.
And Tiffany is involved. Yeah, you're wrong, Dan. Well, you're probably.
I hope I am. I really do, and I actually really like the last couple direct-to-video movies. Yeah. Ironically,
Curse was great.
Curse was really good.
I like Curse. I don't think I like Cult.
Yeah, I didn't like Cult.
I didn't like Cult as much, but I still enjoyed it. But I also like Seed of Chucky, and everyone hates that one.
I like Seed of Chucky. I mean, it's not. Nope. I understand why people hate it, but
you have to be in the right mood.
I like the remake, so fuck me.
I did. I think we all did.
Right.
I liked it. It wasn't. Yeah, I liked it.
Black Mirror. I dig it.
Yeah. There would have been with the Chucky remake. If they just would have went with a different doll, it could have been awesome on its own. I just thought it was stupid that they did it Chucky because it didn't need to be at all.
You are my buddy.
I think they'll need to introduce other villains too. That's going to be really important because I don't think it can just be Chucky. They've got to bring in some other, like Ash versus the Evil Dead. You got to bring in.
I would love for them to focus more on voodoo, and we get like a ripoff of Candyman, like, and they fucking battle.
Wait. Oh, that has to be Glenn or Glenda.
Dude, can you imagine like Chucky fighting fucking zombies? How cool that would be. Like voodoo zombies, that would be awesome.
Oh, okay, my bad. I thought you were talking about Walking Dead zombies. Were you talking about
no.
Yeah,
like voodoo zombies, like sending them after
he and just ruined the first season,
hacking their way. You're not gonna get anything that cool, guys. But yeah, just hacking.
I would
their way
also
through.
like if we're fucking fantasy booking right now. I would love fucking like Chucky to have a problem with Leprechaun because the amulet is part of his gold, and they just fucking kill each other.
You could get Warwick Davis back for that. I think.
No, he's not doing any Leprechaun stuff till after his kids are grown. He's already said that.
Yeah, just get the guy that Steven Kostansky used. He was fucking fine.
Good.
Yeah, he was good. Yeah, I'd be fine with that.
I'm fine if Warwick never puts those shoes on again. The new guy worked good.
Yeah, me too.
I agree.
Absolutely. Well, we will definitely have. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm mad we never got. What was it? No Malone versus Leprechaun. That's a future commentary. No Malone is
You can CGI Vern Troyer. You could do it.
The same.
I know, but still.
And then we have to CGI a drunk China somewhere around too. All right. Sorry to hijack with that, but that was topical. I thought I'd bring it up.
Absolutely. Yeah. We'll have an episode on that without a doubt.
I'm sure.
Maybe that night. I don't know if we're going to be able to wait. All right, guys. So we'll get right into the movies for the evening, including our first one that I know we all lit up when we heard about this one, and that is Pig from director Michael Sarnowski. And in this one, a truffle hunter played by Nick Cage, who lives alone in the Oregonian wilderness, must return to his past in Portland in search of his beloved foraging pig after she is kidnapped. All right. So I'll say first off with Pig, I know a lot of people, although not in the official synopsis or anything, so I do want to be fair, kind of like assume this was some revenge movie, like Nick Cage going.
Well, the trailer kind of sold it like that.
Yeah, I think so too. Some people said, well, they didn't promise it, but I avoided that.
I avoided the trailer going in.
That's a good move with this film because it is not a revenge movie.
I will one second, Dan. Don't go into this movie fucking hungry or starving because that was my mistake. I had a double feature and I didn't have time to snack up, and the food looks delicious. But anyway, continue, please.
Ham sandwich for Pig. That's my. Well, yeah. So I'm going to review this movie for what it is. It is a drama, and honestly, surprisingly enough, I kind of liked it. There's no over-the-top theatrics from Nick Cage in this one. He's pretty restrained. I mean, you're kind of getting Leaving Las Vegas.
I want to high five the director for that. Do you know how hard it is to rein that man in?
Right.
He was also a producer, so Nick Cage had some influence on this one too. And you know what? Hey, he's proved in the past he can act. We can all
an Academy Award.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Leaving Las Vegas. He has his Cage moments. Didn't really have them in here. The closest I think he got was kind of mind fucking a guy in a cafe, which was like one of the kind of funny moments in an off sort of way. But this is really just a sad movie about just a guy that doesn't have a lot to care about anymore. And yeah, it's no Death Wish, but it took me on a ride and I really enjoyed it. Alex Wolff from Hereditary, also becoming one of my favorite young actors. I thought he was awesome in this. And I've got more to say about it, but I'll tag you in, Kruger, because I know you're a big Nick Cage guy and you were very excited for this movie.
Yeah, I was really looking forward to this, and like the one thing I'll say is this is a beautiful looking film. Like the cinematography is A+ stuff. I mean, especially with the scenery of the forest and stuff. I mean, that all looked fucking amazing. This also had like an awesome soundtrack that set the mood really well, and some of the song choices they used fit perfectly. The acting was phenomenal all around. Nicolas Cage killed it. Like, this is probably one of his best performances in recent years. And if you don't like over the top Nick Cage, definitely watch this, because, you know, like you already brought up, Dan, his performance is more reserved, and but I felt for him like a motherfucker in this movie. I mean, just the sadness in his face, it was kind of haunting, honestly. And the characters in this movie were great. Like, you know, I felt for Nicolas Cage's character when he loses his truffle pig, because you realize that's literally the only thing he loves in his life now, and it gets taken away. And also just like how his character Robin's simple demeanor contrasted with his business partner Amir. Like, it was really good to see like how they're on two completely different sides of the spectrum. And the story, like, you know, we start to see Robin's day-to-day life, just, you know, living in the woods, really honestly wholesome. And pretty quick you get thrown right into the action, and then you go on this journey with him and Amir searching for his pig all over Portland. And you know, you just start to find out like who Robin Fields is as a person, or felt, I mean, and you know, why he secluded himself in the woods in the first place, and all of that. I thought, you know, wow, like this is really, really like getting to me. And, you know, the final act with everything comes together and that dinner scene happens. I mean, holy shit, like, you know, tugging on the heartstrings big time. And I thought that was really masterfully done. I mean, I wasn't expecting this movie to be anything like this. So like you guys already said, don't go in expecting a revenge film. But if you're in the mood for a thoughtful, sad drama that's extremely well made, I definitely recommend this. That being said, though, if we would have got Nicolas Cage murking motherfuckers Mandy style for his pig, I probably would have liked it a little bit more. But still, and I'm a guy who primarily just watches, you know, horror or sci-fi stuff, so I'm not really a big drama guy. But this was a damn good one. And usually I'm not into movies like this, but when a movie's this well done, you can't. You know, you have to set that shit aside. A good movie's a good movie, and this was one.
Oh, yeah. And very there's a message to it too, and it's done in a very intelligent way. What'd you think, Bugs?
Very melancholy.
Yeah.
I was not expecting to fucking be sad throughout the whole thing, or most of the damn movie. I will admit the hunger did affect my initial impression of this, because man, I'm not kidding you. I was fucking starving, and all this delicious food. Anyway, yeah, Nicolas Cage just owns, man. Like, I don't know what else to say. This dude brought his A+ game, and if he doesn't get at least acknowledged, like for a statue, something's wrong. Like, he's outstanding. I had no idea. I don't even know if this is a real thing, but like a seedy underbelly of truffles. That's fucking cool.
It yeah.
I didn't know it was that seedy. I know it was like mob mentality. So that was fucking interesting. But yeah, it's just very fucking. When I left the theater, I was like, oh, that was okay. Then I got some food in me, and that sadness kept playing with me like the next day. And I'm like, that was fucking fantastic. Because like initially I'm like, yeah, Nicolas Cage was awesome. Alex Wolff was great. Jamie Lee Curtis's ex-boyfriend in Halloween H2O was fucking good. He's a fucking asshole.
Adam Arkin. I was going to mention him too.
I really wanted him to succeed at getting his pig back, and we'll find out if he does. But guys, go watch this fucking movie, but don't expect, John Wick and a revenge type. No Mandy, nothing like that going on. This is a straightforward fucking drama.
There's no action.
Yeah.
Well, there's one scene. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
But like it's I don't know. It packs a punch. But yeah, this is pretty amazing. And the cinephile in me is like, this is awesome. The horror fan in me, and like, this is not what I wanted, but I'll take it. I still want the other version, but this one's fucking awesome. Yeah. What about you, Mr. Todd?
Yeah, I'm with you. Like, so since I didn't go in knowing what exactly I was expecting, I did think it would be a little bit more horror. But as everyone mentioned, the ride's great. It's a good story. You mentioned the seedy underbelly. The mine was, without spoilery one, I'll just go with the fight scene. I think it was we saw a little flash of Cage performance in it, but one of the funny things was I actually pulled this trivia bit. Where is it at? In a Q&A, the director revealed that the pig only had 3 days of training and bit Nicolas Cage multiple times. After a particularly nasty bite, Cage joked, "I've been set on fire, I've been flipped in cars, but it'll be a pig bite that kills me." And I'm hoping he said that is at his most cagey. But yeah, if you can go see this in the theater before it hits VOD, go do it. I think
it
I
cuts
think it's
to
worth
black.
checking out.
He's eating a ham sandwich, just cuts to black. Yeah, look, horror fans, guys, most of you are gonna not like it. That's just how it is. But if you like Nicolas Cage, man, I mean, it is an amazing performance. He's quite good, and Arkin, as you said, I really thought things were going to go a little differently, but I dug it, and it kind of makes you feel good in a weird way too. Sounds strange, but the message and everything, it's I like this one quite a bit.
There's a simple line towards the end. I'm just like, this just encompassed everything. This is awesome. Yeah. Well, we'll get there.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
I know you mentioned, basically you mentioned, statues, Oscars. I don't think they'll ever give him another nod again after some of the stuff he's done. I think that ship sailed. I hope I'm wrong, because I'd love to be talking about this.
We can recognize him. I'll find
this. If Mickey Rourke can have a comeback, which I know didn't last forever. Remember, Nick Cage was a huge movie star. A huge movie star. And
the Academy voters are going to see Willy's Wonderland on his recent filmography. Be like,
hey, fuck off. That is a cinematic masterpiece.
I'm not saying that, but the Academy is.
I'm still waiting for that cola.
Probably the funniest thing about this, and it's not really meant to be funny, is the fact that he never takes a shower or washes his face off with the blood for the entire runtime of this movie. Other than that, though,
I know Kruger is he's a deathmatch wrestler. Look at him waiting for take photos and shit.
he was originally, he had the job in the wrestling.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He just didn't think he could pull it off. Mickey Rourke was a replacement because Nick Cage just said, "I don't think I can pull this off." And
well, that's cool because Mickey Rourke owned that shit, but Mickey Rourke couldn't do this.
Yeah,
Mickey Rourke looked the part of an 80s wrestler more so than.
Well, isn't Mickey Rourke half out of it now because of all his brain issues and shit?
He always was.
Yeah.
No, but
it's extra right now, dude.
Yeah, he's declined pretty bad in the past decade, I think.
Yeah, I think he's 70 now. So
that explains all the facelifts.
Mm-hmm. He had that match in Russia at 66, that boxing match that a lot of people thought was fixed. But he's got to be 70.
Jesus. All right. Well. I guess we should probably rate it. Kruger, you want to jump on first on this one?
Yeah, so I would love to give this a 5 out of 5, but I can't. The horror fan in me can't give it a 5 out of 5, but I can give it a 4 out of 5. I just don't know. The reason I can't give it a 5, honestly, is because I don't know if I'll ever watch this movie again. To be quite honest, I'm probably a one and done with this, but definitely go watch it if you're in the mood for a drama. Not in the mood for a fucking revenge film, because it is not that whatsoever. What about you, Pugs?
I am also a 4. This is solid. I almost gave it a 4.5, but in spoilers we can talk about why I didn't. But it's a 4 with a. I don't think you need to see it on a big screen though. So definitely watch it if you want to wait for home.
I should have said. I guess I probably when I meant was more to support the film more than it needs to be seen on a big screen.
Gotcha.
You're right. It doesn't, but it supports stuff like this. I think is my point.
Yes, you have to support it if you wanted people to keep making them. So.
And to follow up on Pugs, I'm the same. I'm a 4, and I was almost 4.5. So, there we go. Dan, what do you?
Across the board, I'm a 4. I think it's a really good movie. You should check it out. Just know what you're getting into.
Yeah,
I
so-
kind of
Well,
want to use the word masterpiece, but I can't. I'm not getting a 5, so I really can't.
What
But
makes me
honestly, it's like right there.
what makes me mad is just the way it was marketed with the trailer, because like that's gonna haunt this movie for a while. And
I need to rewatch the trailer now that
dude,
I've seen them.
yeah, it straight up looks like fucking John Wick with a pig. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's what, and I think that's what, because anytime I brought this movie up, that's what people would say. Oh, is he like John Wick? And I'm like, I don't know, maybe. Like, I'm hoping so, and that's what it seemed like. But I think if they would have went with more a melancholy trailer where he's just kind of wandering around the city searching for his pig like he does in the movie, I mean, you wouldn't have expected him to go on a killing spree trying to get, his bacon back.
I would also throw out, if you want, well, it's probably about 8 years old now, but if you want another Nick Cage film where he's just really great performance, not over the top or anything, check out Joe. It's a really, really good Nick Cage flick. Another kind of a drama with some thriller elements, but basically a drama. All right.
I should ask Pugs, because we've done a couple Nick Cage shows. Pugs, I know the answer. Never mind. I was going to ask your favorite Nicolas Cage movie. I know it's Face Off, right?
Yeah. With Con Air just underneath.
Kruger's Mandy.
It's hard, actually. Mandy or Color Out of Space.
Wow,
like
show.
both of them battle with each other pretty hard. I think Mandy, just because he's the main focal point in that. Color Out of Space, you kind of are focusing on other people.
It's a tough pick.
Mine would probably change off the top of my head. The first thing that jumped in there is Raising Arizona.
Raising Arizona is definitely way up there. If I'm looking at blockbuster Nick Cage when he was in his prime, I will say Con Air is just such a fun movie, loaded with shit that you can't see today. Mandy, I think, is also brilliant. I mean, he's made a lot of good films lately. Yeah, there's some crap, but he's made a lot of really good films.
Hey, you leave Vampire's Kiss alone.
One thing I'll defend is I really like the first Ghost Rider a lot. I've actually never seen the sequel, but I thought the first Ghost Rider was a fucking home run. So I loved him in that too. Dude, Ghost Rider was like the perfect Cage movie too. And I think that's kind of when he started getting crazier, and like moving more into the, genre stuff.
What's stopping you from seeing the second one?
I don't know.
Done it?
I just, okay. I think like it wasn't. Didn't it take a while to come out or something?
It's like a soft reboot, but honestly, if you like the first one, it's just more of that with a little extra turned up. Yeah.
I don't think they're great films, but they're better than a lot of superhero stuff I've seen that gets.
I forgive it because I also like the first fucking Judge Dredd movie.
I do too.
But it's a good time.
It's campy. It's campy, but yeah, it's fun.
To me, that's what the first and second Ghost Rider were. There is one part in Ghost Rider 2 where I think is dumb, but whatever. We're already having a good time, so fuck it.
It's been a while. All right. Well, let's move on to our next film, which is a shark flick from director.
Dan's Beliefs.
Oh, that's fucked up. From director Martin Wilson, Great White. In this film, a blissful tourist trip turns into a nightmare when 5 seaplane passengers are stranded miles from shore. In a desperate bid for survival, the group try to make it to land before they either run out of supplies or are taken by a menacing terror lurking just beneath the surface. All right. Kruger, what did you think of Great White? We've had a lot of shark flicks lately, but how did this one match up for you?
I can't even remember, honestly, the last shark flick I've seen other than this. So I was like really looking forward to this movie a lot because I mean, I love shark flicks. I mean, I really like the 47 Meters Down movies and The Shallows. I think you and I were talking about that, Dan. I think that one's fucking pretty goddamn good too. So going into this, So going into this, my ex, I saw the trailer and it looked pretty damn good. Unfortunately, like I'll start with the characters. I didn't give a fuck about a single person. Like nobody was likable for me at all, and I just wanted to see the shark rip these motherfuckers to shreds. The story I also thought was just like super uninteresting. I found myself pretty checked out in the beginning, just waiting for the shark to come into play, and once that happens, it's just your typical below average shark flick, complete with terrible CGI that's barely a step up from fucking the Sci-Fi Channel movie. And the kills lacked like really bad. If there's anything that could have saved this, would have been the kills. Nothing there. So overall, was just 90 minutes fucking spent in the shitter. I really just I didn't care for this movie at all, and I felt honestly by the end robbed of my time because nothing really that interesting ever fucking happened. It's just your standard run-of-the-mill bullshit over and over again. At this point with shark films, I need some type of, at least have some good kills or make me enjoy the movie. And I just didn't enjoy this at all. It felt like a drag to get through, and I just thought it was shit. What about you, Pugs?
I actually enjoyed it a little bit. I'm with you with some of the characters. There's one in particular that I would beat the shit out of because it's unnecessary. The Asian chick, her reason for going was awesome, but oh my god, yeah, she's useless. The Australian couple, I did like them, but yeah, this is a pretty basic fucking stranded in the water and there's a shark out there story. Nothing like too outstanding at all, really. The ending was a bit of a letdown. But the Australian lady, oh my god, eye candy. So I think I was having a good time just on that. Yeah, other than that, it was just okay. I didn't feel like I wasted my time like Kruger, but like my time probably could have been spent watching a different, like the 47 meters down or fucking Shallows, which is awesome.
I was like, it is Shark Week. You could have been watching Jackass Shark Week, or I know the one Dan needs to watch is the real Sharknado. They even got Tara Reid and the blonde 90210 guy.
Sharknado 2 is the greatest fucking Sharknado movie of all time.
Go. Oh, I was just gonna say, Real Sharknado, is that the one where it's like the making of it?
No. That's I have that one. No,
In the Heart of Sharkness or something.
No,
like
that's
that.
a different. There's a couple different ones.
I don't know that movie, but that name's awesome.
I want to say that.
No, this is an actual one on Discovery about like if a Sharknado could really happen. That's new for Shark Week.
So dumb. Okay.
All right. So the best thing I can.
But real quick, I do think it's worth the one-time watch, but you got to know, set your expectations like, I don't know, to moderate to low. But I had fun.
Well, luckily it's on VOD, so you don't have to run out to a theater. Now, the best thing I'll say about this is Katrina Bowden was in Tucker and Dale vs. Evil, and a better water-based film, Piranha 3 Double D. So I'm closer to Kruger with this one. I kind of felt like it was time wasted.
Okay. Dan?
Yeah. So this might be just passable for some of you that just really love shark flicks. But I thought most of it was pretty dumb. The cast was uninteresting, as Kruger said. The acting, not great, but I think it was the characters more than anything. Nope. There's certain moments where you're supposed to care, and I just didn't. I also didn't understand a shark can attack a plane, but they can't just fuck up a raft. I thought that was kind of stupid. I mean, you're going to go after a water plane that's right there. Well, then certainly you can just pop up and get your snacks. Honestly, I don't have a lot to say about it. It's better made in terms of effects and everything than your typical like Sci-Fi Channel shark flick. It's not the CG fest that I thought it might be, but it's also certainly not like production quality of a 47 meters down or a Shallows. So it might just be passable entertainment for some of you, but I didn't. The characters brought it down for me. I just didn't give a shit. Towards the very end, there are a couple cool action moments, but there's just so many shark movies out there, guys. See, Ghost Shark. Ghost Shark's gold.
I'd rather watch
I do love that.
Santa Jaws again too. But I actually liked how shitty Santa Jaws was. Kruger, never watch that movie. You will be so upset.
I don't think I was ever planning on it.
Well, there goes our Christmas commentary.
There's also Kruger. There's also Nightmare Shark, which is a Nightmare on Elm Street shark movie.
There is.
So
Okay, that one I may need to check out.
yeah.
I think I have that one on Blu-ray.
Have you guys ever seen
import.
any of the SRS ones? Like they have a couple of
House
they're-
Shark.
Shark.
House Shark, but there's one that actually looks fucking really funny, and it's literally called Bad CGI Sharks. And like in the trailer, like one's about to attack somebody, and then it fucking starts rendering. I thought out of everything that may actually be entertaining.
Well, the definitive shark movie is still in development, so don't worry, it'll happen.
That's right.
Struggle Snuggle Shark.
This one actually would have benefited from throwing a little cheese at the screen because it's just hard. There's so many shark movies, and this just didn't do anything different.
Yeah, I mean it was played straight, but there was nothing new there. Yeah. I think that's a problem. I don't even think humor would save it, but at least maybe I get a chuckle.
There's like 500 fucking movies out there exactly like this. Like that,
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest problem, and like. It didn't seem like they even bothered to try to take anything in a direction that's even sort of new. They were just like, fuck it, let's make a shark movie.
I'd rather watch
get that,
Jaws the
though.
Revenge again.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a fun movie, though, Todd.
No, it's not. I rewatched when I rewatched the series.
Well,
Yeah, I probably would too, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it. But
Well, I'm gonna go first because I think everyone's gonna be lower than me. I'm actually a 3. I think it's fine for a one-time watch, but I always forget how much I like these fucking shark movies. So, goes for me 3.
Okay. I'm a 1.5. It has a few moments, but that doesn't sustain a 90-minute runtime. So, yeah.
I am a 0.5 out of 5 because I felt honestly, like when I say I felt robbed of my time, I really did. I was like, I could have been watching like a kaiju movie or some fucking shit other than this goddamn bullshit. What about you, Todd?
I'm a 1. Yeah. Unfortunately,
Wow.
Yeah.
Right on.
I was looking forward to it. I was looking forward to good. Now I got to check. Did Sci-Fi have a bunch of shark movies this year?
Oh, I wonder if maybe because I went in thinking it's gonna be dumb and like,
Maybe.
which it was dumb, but like I don't know, it didn't offend me.
There's times I'll watch a Sci-Fi Channel shark flick and think, God, I wish I just had one that was more serious. This kind of made me think the opposite. I was like,
Give me
I'm
12-headed shark attack. I'm good.
yeah, probably would have liked it more.
I'm still furious at Sharks in Venice. How the fuck are you gonna have that title and then have it be about fucking like a missile or a nuclear explosion? Fuck yourself.
All right.
All right, well, let's see if we improve here a little bit. And
I'm curious on this one.
Yeah, I am actually curious about this movie. To get your takes, we haven't talked about anything. So this one is from director John Berardo, and it is Initiation. And in this one, a murder during a university's pledge week ignites a spree of sinister social media messages and a race against time to stop a killer before he strikes again. All right, well, slasher. So Kruger, what did you think?
Well, first thing I'll say is, I mean, the movie's shot well and it has a pretty good production value. And the acting overall is decent, but it definitely could have been better in a few areas. The characters, nothing new, typical post-Scream slasher bullshit. And I couldn't really find anybody I could connect with or even kind of find likable, to be honest with you. The story wasn't necessarily anything new either. Concept's been done better before, and because of the characters just being lackluster, I found it really hard to care about what was going on. And once the slasher elements come into play, there wasn't anything really there other than your typical mediocre slasher. I mean, there's a whodunit aspect to it, but who ends up doing it, I thought was pretty goddamn dumb. And the slasher himself doesn't really do anything special. The mask and the getup, I guess, is okay, but It wasn't anything I was clamoring about.
Doom.
Yeah. And like the kills, nothing really there for me. That's the one thing that, you know, with a slasher movie, you got to have some pretty dope kills. And there wasn't like a single one I even thought was kind of good. Very basic shit. So overall, there's better slashers that have done this before. One would be that German slasher on Shudder that we reviewed a while back, Party Hard, Die Young. That one, I think, did this like tenfold, 150 times better, and accomplishes everything this movie, I think, tried to get over, just with, you know, more entertaining and with better kills. So go watch Party Hard, Die Young. Don't watch this shit. What about you, Pugs?
Unlike last time, a little more closer to you this time. I think The Mask was kind of cool. It was just like basic. The reasoning the slasher decides to go do his thing, I enjoyed. I'm like, okay, if I was on the jury, I'd be like, all right, I get it. That's fine. But these characters are fucking annoying. Like, I don't want any of you to survive. You all suck. Dan, I am curious about one scene in particular because I know you were probably offended because going out that way sucks. He was in the middle of something, got interrupted. I got really excited with the first kill though, because like the guy's left in like a position. I'm like, oh, are they like spelling something with the bodies? But no, I was just reaching for something. So for me, it was just okay. One time watch. Don't need to see it again. What about you guys?
Todd, do you want to weigh in?
Well, so
first?
far, I think I'm the one who has liked it the most, which I went in with super low expectations. And the last thing slasher I think we really reviewed was it Lex? Oh, that one Anchor Bay one, Scare. Oh fuck, I can't remember the name of it, but it was really, really shitty. I think we all gave it like 0 to 1. Let's Scare Jessica to Death. No, that's a different movie.
No.
Dreamcatcher was the last one I think I was on.
Okay, I'd have to look it up, but
that was the one with the weird. The killer had a witch doctor mask on.
Okay, and I can't even
or some shit.
I can't even remember if I like that one at this point.
We had a few wretched slashers.
Yeah, so
yeah.
I think with the bar being so low from the recent stuff, I actually had fun with this one. Not likable characters, whatever. I was watching to watch them die, but I do agree with Kruger that the kill should have been more memorable. But overall, I mean, I had a decent time with it. I didn't hate it.
The one thing before you go, Dan, the one thing I'll say is like fucking cool weapon choice. Do something creative with that. And like, I mean, there's literally, if you fucking directors need me to like come up with kills, fucking hit me up on the email because I'll guarantee you it'll be more entertaining if you're making a fucking slasher, if you have creative ways to use a weapon. I mean, a drill, I mean, we've seen drills used before, but you could have did something more fucking creative than just your typical fucking, oh, I'm going to drill him here or I'm going to slit somebody's throat. Like,
it was Let's Scare Julia. That was the one.
Yeah, Let's Scare Jessica to Death is a great film.
Yeah, I know. I actually watched that one recently, but no, yeah, I knew it was Let's Scare somewhere in the title. Let's Scare Julie.
I don't remember that.
Just be glad.
Yeah, you wouldn't. Yeah, I barely remember it.
And I obviously didn't even remember the name.
So yeah, and on Kruger's point, Kruger has fucked up people for real, guys. So he knows. He knows what's going to get the most splatter. So take him up on that offer.
Just keep the crackheads away from the ring.
Yes. To know that reference, check out my Patreon exclusive video where I'm commentating one of my wrestling matches. Anyways, go ahead, Dan. Sorry, I had to get the cheap plug.
Oh, no,
I threw it out there for you.
So surprisingly enough, I actually like this overall.
What the fuck?
I will tell you guys, this is kind of like the opposite of what I was expecting. Now, so when it first started, at first I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, it's another social media.
That's what I was expecting from Dan.
Oh, believe me, that was my first thought, you know, when the texts are up on
I remember
screen.
it now. That movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like, motherfucker, this is going to be
that
a
doesn't
long
bother
one.
me.
Well, it makes sense. I'm just being an asshole, I guess. But I don't know. Just my initial impressions were that I wasn't going to like it. And surprisingly enough, I got into this one. It's not great, and there's a lot of things missing that you would expect from the great like school themed slashers of yore. There's no skin. There is a decent bit of gore compared to some other recent slashers I've seen. I actually thought a couple kills were pretty cool. It's not a bloodbath, but the stalk and slash stuff managed to be fairly suspenseful. I didn't really have an issue with the cast in this one, particularly for a slasher movie. I thought everybody was generally okay. Lindsay Levanchi, who plays Ellery, I thought she was fine. Nobody annoyed me too much. At least it wasn't supposed to annoy me.
I don't know. That jerk off fucking annoyed me.
Well, some of the asshole characters, sure, but that's kind of, they're supposed to. Yeah, sure, there's a lot of things absent that I would like from a slasher, but for a modern slasher, it actually held my interest. I mean, this is nothing that's going to blow your mind, but I don't know. I was entertained by it. I guess I'm in Todd's camp tonight, surprisingly enough.
My giveaway should have been when I asked Dan if he got the Blu-ray for another reason earlier that I liked it.
No, I will probably pick it up, to be honest.
It's only $15 right now. I actually just did.
Yeah, and the kills were kind of like savage. They didn't, go balls out with the gore, but they had a couple cool
I did
ones.
not like the restroom kill. We can talk about spoilers.
Yeah.
That was annoying, right? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it bothered me.
Yeah. I mean, the reveal, I was okay with it. It all made sense.
That part's fine.
Yeah.
I thought that was so fucking dumb.
You know what? Well, I can't say it right now, but I understand the reasoning behind it, and I support it.
Yeah, it like I said, don't go into this one expecting a classic, but man, the slasher genre, when it comes to modern slashers, it's getting kind of rare that we get a good one. And
We just had Skull the Mask.
Well, yeah. Well, I should say American. You're right.
Yeah.
American slashers.
Fair enough.
Yeah, because Skull the Mask was really good, but yeah, no. Well, and that was also had supernatural elements too, so that wasn't this.
Well, let's not get into that argument.
Fucking Freddy Krueger has supernatural.
Jason, I mean,
yeah, it's still
Michael
slasher.
Myers.
Still, yes, still.
Oh, wait. Who said Michael? Oh, damn it! I have the thorn on my wrist. I'm gonna make that argument.
Like with one like this, if you're stacking it up against like a Slumber Party Massacre or something like that, no, it pales in comparison. But I think it might be worth the one. Oh, shut up, Todd. Fuck. Oh, god damn it.
Maybe we'll put that in Slashtober this year and see how that goes.
They could have tap danced after Brink Stevens scene for 80 minutes, and that would have gotten a 5.
It's going on the list.
Is Lipstick a slasher? No, right?
Lipstick.
So.
No.
Lipstick. No, damn. Okay, because that's the one movie. That's the one movie I think Michael Bay could remake and knock out of the park. But we can get to that whenever we do that.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, so hey, surprisingly enough, I thought this might be like the complete reverse. That was, all right. So anything else to say about it, or you want to go ahead and rate
this?
I was half right because I thought Kruger wasn't gonna like it, and Dan wasn't gonna like it.
At the beginning, I thought he would. I actually thought he'd like it more towards because, like I said, even me at first, I was like, and
I know,
won me over.
Honestly, Dan, slashers aren't for you anymore. It's a bunch of annoying young people are going to get killed, which honestly should give you a hard-ons because you want to watch the annoying young people get
But hey, I like
those scenes are too old.
Oh, that's
we need child
like 20s. It's no Stranger Things, but yeah, Kruger, you rated first.
I'm a 1.5 out of 5, and that's me being honestly pretty fucking generous. I probably could have went lower, but fuck it, 1.5 out of 5 for me. What about you, Pugs?
I'm a 2.5. If it's streaming, by all means, do that. I would not pay $15 for this fucking movie.
Fuck,
but
you get it for $10 in 4K.
That's a little more reasonable if you have friends over. So 2.5.
Dan.
It's above average for sure for a modern slasher for me. I'm not going way out there with my rating. It's 3 stars, but it's a good one-time watch for me.
I'm 3 also. It's above average for me. Yeah. Enough for me to pick up the blue, and I'm a little more selective. So go figure.
Yeah. And it's funny. Just piggybacking off of the Stranger Things comment, aren't we like a couple years away from getting them in like a bunch of slasher reboots? I feel like it's going to be.
Are we already at this point? We're
Yeah.
already in it and everything else.
I don't know if we had any of them in it. Like, I feel like we're going to see Dustin get an axe to the face by Jason.
I'm fucking game, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, he could totally play a Shelley, easy.
Oh yeah.
Dan's
Franklin too. If
Dan's waiting for him to move to their
both.
Dan's waiting for them to move to their Scotty's Big Adventure face, and like one person will get that reference.
Yeah, I don't know what
Dan doesn't even get it.
I think he got it.
I think that I was going to say we were wrong about it has already happened in Fear Street. So,
which we will cover later.
Yes.
Now I want to tell my reference because it's annoying me Dan didn't get it. Scotty Schwartz. Does that help you, Dan?
Having a
the kid from the Toy and a Christmas Story who started doing porno.
Yeah, but he didn't actually. He wasn't banging though.
Well, that's why Dad gave it 0.
He was a manager of adult film stars, and he appeared in like non-sex roles.
Oh, see, no.
That's what was throwing me off. I was like, "What the hell are you talking about?" That, but yeah, I mean, he was in porn, but yeah, not in that way. All right, so moving on to our next film, which I know only some of us have gotten.
Two of us escaped it.
And that is Escape Room Tournament of Champions. I meant to see this. I just got busy. And this is from director Adam Robitel. And this follows 6 people unwittingly find themselves locked in another series of escape rooms, slowly uncovering what they have in common to survive. Joining forces with 2 of the original survivors, they soon discover they've all played the game before. All right, gentlemen, what did you think? I am still going to see it. I just didn't get to it.
Well, I'll go first. If you like the first one, just dumb it down a little bit, and you'll have a good time with the second one. I don't think I wasted my time. I didn't have as much fun as the first one, but like, some of these traps were cool. There's one room, I'll just say there's a bank room in particular. I thought that was the best.
Highlight.
Yeah. Some of these things that they're trying to put them through is fucking dumb. But I'm like, okay, I guess that's why we're here. The rap at the end,
Mm-hmm.
I'm in it. Like however many they decide to make, I'll be there. It's fun enough. It's the new version of Saw. That's
or Cube. I always compared to Cube too.
But yeah, there was one person that I didn't expect to show up, and that was cool. So I don't want to ruin anything.
I'm glad they didn't ruin that in the trailer. They did not Hillary Swank it,
which is awesome. And like the reasoning is kind of fun. I don't know. The movie's smart and dumb at the same time. So yeah. I recommend go seeing it. I had fun, and I was also hungry. And I did not have time to get snacks. It bothered me. So, what about you, Todd?
I'm with you. If you like the first one, you're gonna like this one. Yeah, I actually like the first trap too. That kind of introduces all the characters.
Really?
Yeah, I did. Okay,
a little much for me. Yeah, no. That and then the rain.
It was a little over. Oh yeah, it was a little over the top. But I mean, it is the first movie amped up.
Yeah. I really liked the first one a lot too.
Oh, I did. I actually saw that one a few times.
More than the sequel. The sequel was a downgrade.
Yeah. But yeah, because I saw an early cut of the first one, and it had the alternate ending that is on the Blu-ray. But I actually like that cut better. But you can tell like the theatrical cut definitely opens up the world because it must have tested really high. Because yeah, I'm waiting for another one, and it.
Let me ask you a question because I think it compares a little bit. Does it make the mistake Cube did where it starts to reveal a little bit too much in the sequels? Okay.
I don't think so.
Not at all. No, I'll say not at all.
All right. It's a little different, but well, potentially.
Yeah. Even with because like there's a moment where they spoon feed us. There's an info dump, and I normally don't like that because like I already understand. We've been told. But you know, it has to be there for some of the audience members. But yeah, it's worth your time, dude, for sure.
I will say this, and it's not a spoiler. If like I did rewatch the original one, they give you the Cliff Note versions at the opening of the first movie, like they used to do in like every slasher. You get the little 5-minute highlights of the first. I miss that.
Me too. Me
Yeah.
fucking too. I always liked that because now when you don't have that intro, it makes me tend to want to go watch the first movie instead. And back in the day, you could just pop in fucking anything. And,
Right, catch me up.
Yeah. So, Dan, you don't need to watch the original if you don't remember it. But you go see.
I remember it fairly well.
Yeah.
But on a scale of 0 to 5, I rate this motherfucker a 4.
Okay,
I'm 100% with you, Pugs. I'm a 4. I say go check it out while you can.
Yeah,
only in theaters.
I say you can watch. Well, it's worth the trip.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So moving on now to our next theatrical film and another long-running franchise. We.
I forgot we were talking about this movie.
So excited.
Oh, well, that gives something away. So this is the Forever Purge, supposedly the last one, but of course you never know.
They've already kind of said it's not.
Yeah, I figured. And this is from director Everardo Gout. And in this one, all the rules are broken as a sect of lawless marauders decides that the annual purge does not stop at daybreak and instead should never end. All right. Well, Pugs, what did you think of Forever Purge?
Real quick, we all know whose side Dan was on.
The new founding fathers. This movie's not for me, but neither is the fucking franchise. So, like, the only one I think I tolerated. Oh, there's two. I think the second one, and then is Election Year. Is that the one with the black people?
No, that's First Purge.
First Purge. So those two were like the high marks for me. But yeah, this one's just another dud. I did not give a fuck at all. Like, I started to because I really like the main girl. I like, it starts off with her sneaking in. Spoiler, I guess, but I think it's in the trailer.
It's in the trailer. You're good.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, cool, we're ramping up, and then I just get annoyed by everybody and their fucking message. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck all of you in this stupid movie. I do not. No, I don't like it. Wasting my time.
Does anybody have something positive to say before I go?
I do.
Okay, maybe you want to go next.
No, that's fine. First Purge is my favorite. Absolutely. I actually like this.
The first Purge is in the first Purge, right?
Yeah, the movie called The First Purge.
Okay.
The last Purge movie to come out. But I don't really like the first three. Even the Frank Grillo ones, they're okay to me. I like this one. What I liked about this one, there is a bit of irony to it, is that we actually really get to see a lot of Purge action and out and about, but it's like not even the Purge anymore. So it's like not really. They're kind of like giving it to you after the fact.
The bunny was cool.
I liked, I liked the reason, like the Dans of the movie, the reason they wanted to keep it going. I thought, yeah, it is over the top, whatever. It's timely, but I really like that. So overall, I did enjoy, but I don't. Other than the first Purge, I'm not a huge fan. The series, on the other hand, television series, is better than all the films. Blows them all away.
I never finished it.
Yeah.
I like the ballroom scene, but that's all I remember.
All right.
The serial killer masquerade party. Like, fuck yeah, let's do this.
And it did finally push one thing that I know has been a huge complaint that didn't happen in the other films. It came close in First Purge. It comes close in this one. We'll just say the struggle.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember that scene at all. But
we came close in one part.
I think I might know what you're talking about, but yeah.
Why'd be doing the entire Purge?
Oh yeah, where's that one?
Kruger, what did you think?
Well, disclaimer before I say anything, I haven't watched any of the Purge films past the second one after a traumatic experience. Keep an eye out. Keep an eye out for that on Patreon because that story will be told. Anyways, this was my return to the Purge movies. I honestly thought like the first Purge was all right, but I've never been clamoring to see any of them.
By the first Purge, he means the original movie.
Yeah,
They had to go and they had to
that's
go and
why-
make it confusing.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
why
no.
Dan had to clarify.
Yeah.
So like my expectations just going into this were already extremely low. The first thing I'll say is I found Juan, the cowboy, and his wife likable. I definitely wanted to, see them be okay, but everyone else I could give one shit less about. The story had a very strong social commentary, and I think it is definitely relevant to the times that we're living in, and that worked pretty well for me at first. Like once the purge starts and we start seeing all the chaos ensue, the whole sequence with the fucking bunny mask people, that was a big highlight for me. That was probably the best scene in the whole fucking movie. But then from there, just everything just fucking dips, and the movie overstays its welcome like big time. The last half hour honestly was just like a fucking big chore to get through, and I was sitting clock watching the whole time because I was just over the fucking movie at that point. So it starts strong but fizzles out by the end, and I definitely could have spent my time watching something better with the one thing I'll say, there was some cool costume designs, but other than that, that's really where all my positive praise goes. And I'm definitely, if they make more of this shit or just in general, I'm not going back and watching the rest of the fucking Purges. This didn't make me want to do any of that at all. I don't think I've missed out on anything. So
You're fine.
all right, Dan.
I say Purge in the Hood's worth a watch. I'm at the first.
Oh yeah,
Purge.
if you haven't seen that one, that first election.
No, it's the first
The
Purge.
first- okay, I always
Purge
call
in
it
the
election
Hood.
year. That's the one. Yeah, Purge in the Hood. That's a way fucking better name. And everyone has cartel training, which is awesome. But they just whatever. Dan.
Okay, so for me, Purge election year, I didn't revisit all these, to be honest.
I watched
beforehand.
everything.
You're crazy.
Yeah,
Everything.
so I could waver a little bit, but I remember election year probably being my favorite. I also enjoyed first Purge. I don't know if there's ever been a Purge movie that I've loved. I think the TV series is a little more interesting from what I've seen of it. I haven't watched everything. But so, all right, first off, because I know a lot of people commented since the trailer came out about this movie being woke or political. All of the Purge movies do have a message. They're dumb action movies, but they have a message that they're, getting across, rich taking advantage of the poor and what have you. It's there. It doesn't really truly beat you over the head with it. Maybe I can't really remember first Purge as well, so I can't really say.
It was the same as this one, except that was black. This is brown. No different.
This one though is for me, I thought was a really bad, poorly written political film that killed any of the fun in it just being. Now look, you can get whatever message I've always said this, whatever your message, you can get it across in a fun or intelligent way. It doesn't matter what it is, whatever your politics, there are examples of films that get political messages across without hitting you like a hammer. Yeah,
I think America did get the fucking message. They just got the reverse of what was intended. So.
Exactly. And I also want to throw that first Purge comes out like 2 years later. George Floyd, you'd have the same feeling about this. It's the fact that you're so awoken to everything that's going on right now. You're like, you're noticing it more. No, if
let me
100%, no, 100%. If first Purge came out right around George Floyd, it would be just as bad. Even if it wasn't intended.
Well, I haven't rewatched it, so I can't argue that one way or the other. Election year is my favorite in my head, having not revisited it. But the writing, dude, in this was bad. And I'll give you a specific example. It's all over the film, but the Will Patton speech, that didn't feel like that just felt like somebody like, okay, I need to hit this point. it was stupid.
Now that you're bringing up the writing, there is one moment that had me go, "What the fuck was this?" The roof scene with Cowboy's wife, and she just like right away pulls out this fucking gun, takes it from like a military member. They do absolutely fucking nothing.
Yeah.
And then after, who taught you how to handle a weapon like that? Like, come the fuck on, dude. You couldn't have think of something better than that. Like,
yeah, I guess you guys go in the wrong mentality with this because I'm laughing the whole time.
See, for me though, you can't try and hit again. You could have gotten your message across. It's not the message itself. It's just when you're hitting us constantly in the head with a hammer.
Well, they do that with all of them, though.
But it's such a generic. There's nothing particularly that impressive on the action front. Oh no, dude, this was a piece.
I rewatched them all, Dan. They hit you in the face with the message in every fucking movie.
They are all pieces of shit.
This one, dude, this is even way worse, in my opinion.
Again, I was gonna say I just watched them all. They all have a very strong message.
I said they all have a message, but this one, that the Will Patton speech was one of the most cringy. He wouldn't talk like that. It was just so fucking stupid. I mean, it felt like some, I don't know, reporter was just writing that. It was so fucking dumb. Also, and this didn't make any sense. If you're trying to get over the border, you're going to go to El Paso, a huge city, when you snuck in a rural route at the beginning. That made no fun. It was so fucking dumb. This one just
a white person telling us how to border jump. That's a new one.
Nobody would do that. Nobody would do that.
I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah. It was fucking dumb. I think, dude, this is how you want me to go.
I stand by my statement.
What was particularly entertaining about this? There was any action in this that was that good. I mean, like, what did you get that you loved about it so much?
Well, one, I didn't say I loved it. I said it was my second favorite, and I'm not a huge fan of the series.
Oh, okay.
Other than the movie, The First Purge, and the TV series, I think is the best of everything.
I would grant you the TV series because it got to actually get into the situation more. I only saw a little bit of one season.
I like the whole fucking white people want to keep killing all the brown people. It made me laugh. I see. That's the thing, Dan. I don't look at it like you, because you know what? It's happened before. It's never going to stop. Just now, all of a sudden, all the white people think they care, so it doesn't bother me. It's just funny.
Well, if you got a laugh out of it, I mean, that's the only. And maybe there is camp value for someone. I can see that it didn't work for me.
All this stuff with like the whole racist Josh Lucas character, but he's not really racist.
That was so fun. Again, not a real person. His
stance is pretty real, sir.
This felt like an after-school special kind of thing.
All the other
movies. This made me feel like I was watching like one of those Catholic, like what was that Dean Cain abortion movie we almost watched by mistake? You remember that?
No, we watched the church, so that was the religious
one. We
movie.
watched the church, but remember we almost went to that like anti-abortion.
No, we didn't almost go to it. You brought it up, and I was like, yeah, that's
either way. This is
stuff.
just as bad as that. Just as bad as that. It's a different, political point, but it's just as bad. I thought this was almost not quite, but almost Black Christmas level. It was dumb. Not quite, but almost Black Christmas level for me. It just
Dan? If this movie didn't have, I forgot Lupita's name. What's the Mexican lady's name?
I like that actress.
She saved the whole thing for me, like to not give it a 0. But I'm with you because it's bad.
Yeah, I don't know.
Lupita's fine.
I've seen her in other films. I liked her husband too. I thought he was fine.
Yeah, the Mexican cowboy guy. Like that's honestly, that's honestly like the kid, like that his whole arc in the story. Like I liked everything, and then it just drags ass towards the end. And I'm like, fuck, I really don't give a shit anymore. like he could get his head blown off and his wife's laugh, JFK style. I wouldn't give a fuck.
Oh yeah,
I prefer that. Really, that'd be cool.
Did you guys have any walkouts? Because there were 4 walkouts on my screening, but they walked out early.
No.
Okay, I didn't know. Well, California.
Well,
but
yeah, I was gonna say you're in kind of a wider area. I did hear a California term today.
that is not true at all.
I know. I did hear a California term today, which I'm so adopting. I think if Demi Lovato offended people with it, California sober. It means you just smoke weed and drink responsibly. I'm like, okay.
That's not a Demi Lovato thing.
Well,
that's
no,
been
but
around for a long time.
She got like someone got mad at her for saying it.
I've never heard this before.
That's the dumbest motherfucker.
Well, she's a dumb bitch because she also tried to cancel Frogurt for some
wait,
reason.
You can't call her. Wait, can we call her a bitch now?
I just did. Fuck her. OD. I don't care. Relapse.
But that the Will Patton speech, like when he's like holding the gun to his head, I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be bad.
So you need to learn when it's okay to laugh at stupid shit. Like I was laughing the whole time.
That was not intended to be funny.
That's the point.
And people may see camp value. I'll give you that. Camp is it. Yeah. But I also think this movie is gonna piss off a lot of the target audience. I feel most people are not gonna like it.
I will say this, Blumhouse.
It's Bloom, sir.
Bloomhouse.
That fucker is Bloom forever.
They did recognize that the large audience of the Purge movies and the Paranormal movies are Latinx, or however you fucking want to say it. I identify as fucking Mexican, so Mexican, and Latin. So I think that's why. Yeah, so that's why they try to focus in on this one this time, like with the Ghost Dimension or whatever. So I do think
I like that one too.
Yeah, fucking grannies shooting a ghost with a shotgun and taking tequila shots. Fuck yeah,
Paranormal Activity. That's Paranormal Activity in the barrio. Just so
that's right. But yeah, I don't think they're gonna piss off a lot of their target audience because their target audience is fucking dumb. So not Mexicans or Latin people, just the people that that love this franchise, they're gonna eat it up.
I mean, when you think about it, like Blumhouse, I mean, dude, like, you know, you already brought up, he did they did the Black Christmas remake, which is another woke piece of shit. So,
I don't even know if that one has an audience. I still have seen like no one like come out of the.
Oh no, I've seen people defend it. I don't know what the fuck they're on to defend that movie. You just probably are just trying to get laid or something. I don't know.
I love Todd's reasoning. He let him do it so I can say I told you so.
Honestly, if somebody says they like the Black Christmas remake,
I believe that 100% that he did that just so he could say I told you so. And if that ever came out, Dan would do a 180. Guaranteed.
No. I have to batting average is just not good. I'm not saying they haven't made good movies, but the batting average.
See, that I won't get mad at you about because you always say they don't make any good movies, and I will argue that one.
No, I've never said never.
No, you have, and that's what I argue with you.
As a whole, they're the shits for me. And this,
Halloween Kills is still coming out this year, so
yeah, and
turn it around.
Yeah,
let's not get into a Halloween argument now because I feel that's going to come.
Hopefully. Yeah, we'll be talking a lot about that soon. But you like on Black Christmas, and there have actually been a few people coming out of the woodwork saying they like it recently. Not after it came out, oddly enough.
Once it hit HBO Max, I saw like 2 people.
Yeah, there's a few. There was one.
Yeah, they watched it for free on a streaming service. They don't count at this point.
Yeah, there was one major website, and I can't remember which one it was that had like a good review out of nowhere that shocked me.
Was it the one we used to do a podcast for?
Oh no, they suck low rent dick. But with Black Christmas, if somebody honestly says, "Hey, I love that movie," I'm not gonna make fun of them. Maybe privately, I'll make fun of them. But I would just be like, "All right, we have completely different tastes," and that's cool. I don't know where you fall, like what to recommend to you. Actually, Forever Purge for me. Like, okay, you'll like this.
You like that shit? Check this out.
Yeah.
See where like for me, Black Christmas, the only camp part I can like that makes me laugh is the song part, like that little 10-minute segment. Well, when they're trying to have fun with the girls, show them a good. Poor guys just trying to show girls a good time. Always this shit always happens.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, I can't shit on this one anymore. I think it's bad from beginning to end. Interesting seeing Jake Busey again. I guess, hey, cool that he's still working.
Frighteners just turned 25. That's
What?
crazy. Frighteners just turned 25. That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, see the Frighteners. You'll have a better time.
4K's coming out from Arrow, I believe.
So
we'll talk it.
0 to 5 stars. The best thing I can say about this movie is, hey, it's not quite as shitty as Black Christmas, but for me, it's a fucking turd. It's a fucking turd. I'm a 0.
Nice.
Yeah.
Pugs?
I guess I'll go next.
Yeah.
I'll give it a half star just because Homegirl, I liked her. Like, she was the saving grace of the whole thing, but honestly, the movie sucks.
easy on the eyes.
And the franchise. No, not that. Just because, like, I just liked her. Like, the way she was carrying herself and acting. I thought her character was cool and she didn't deserve all that shit. But, fuck this movie. Kruger?
I'm a 2 out of 5. I didn't hate it. There's things I liked about it. I got to talk about the bunny scene at least in spoilers, because I mean that was the only thing. Like, if you want to watch this movie, get to the bunny scene and then just turn that shit off, and then you're good.
All right, for frame of reference, I gave the first Purge, as in the movie called the first
you said
Purge.
4. I'm like, what?
For frame of reference, I gave that a 3.5, which is my favorite of the series. Which I actually think it's a good movie. I do like that one. This one entertained me, but probably not for the right reasons. So therefore, if I'm going to recommend it to people, you really have to like the first 3 Purge. Like, I don't like I know Dan likes the Grillo ones, but even that, I'm just like, the concept that we were promised doesn't finally hit till the last 2 movies. And I think that's probably why I like them the most.
Even then.
But that all said, I'm a 2.5. It's average, and I'm not going to recommend it to anyone. Like, you don't like the Purge, go watch this. This will change your mind. If anything, I'll say watch the series. I
think we all agree they've never gotten what they could have gotten out of the original premise, which is cool.
But the 4th one, I'll say that the first Purge is the closest we got. I think.
I just know what I've gotten from the fucking Purge, so fuck this movie.
All right. Well, we'll do spoilers after we talk about the next one, because technically we will be talking spoilers on the next one. So, Dan, why don't you tell us what we're going to talk?
All right. So we're going to talk about American Horror Stories, which, since I know a lot of people have been confused about this is the new anthology version of it's an anthology series of standalone episodes delving into horror myths, legends, and lore.
Dan, it could be confusing because the first episode is a 2-parter, so they broke their own rule already.
I'm gonna get into that. Yeah, I thought that was strange.
And just so I throw it out there, this is Dan's second favorite anthology on Hulu. Just to get that out there.
Well, could be my first, possibly at some point.
No, it's Into the Dark. I was establishing that.
Oh. Well, they had their time in the sun for sure, but no, not so much anymore. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know.
I don't even know if it's. I don't even know if it's coming back.
Yeah,
I don't think it is.
I think COVID kind of killed it.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah. I think that was a casualty.
All right.
American Horror Story had to stop production of the series proper because of a case, but neither here nor there. American Horror Stories, Dan?
American Horror Stories. All right. So, yes, strangely enough, I expected this to be completely standalone, but as Pug said, we go back to the murder house. We have some familiar Matt Bomer, in particular, a familiar face from some other seasons. And
Negative Man from Doom.
yeah,
Control.
yes, yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, yes. That's his big thing right now. So this kind of follows a gay couple and their daughter who move into the murder house. Naturally, a lot of issues going on. The title of these part 1 and part 2 is Rubber Woman, I believe. So they find the old suit, which shouldn't really fit her, but cool, I guess. Supernatural.
That's what I was gonna say. I would not like to see your rubber suit, Dan. I'm guessing it'd be really baggy.
Yeah. You don't want a baggy gimp outfit. So this is a little more grounded than some of the recent seasons of American Horror Story, which are hit or miss. I mean, Cult and some of those just started to get a little too out there for people.
I like it.
Yeah, I liked 1984 quite a bit. I think a lot of, I mean, it's weird because it's always been over the top. It has, but I don't know. There's good and there's bad. I didn't like Roanoke. I didn't particularly like Cult, although I liked part of Cult, but it just kind of lost me because I do think that was 2016 was a great time to set it, and just that insanity that was that year. But I don't know. I've been underwhelmed more often than not. This so far, pretty grounded. I mean, we get a supernatural kind of a slasher scenario. There is some pretty fucked up moments in this. It delves into some pretty heavy topics with self-harm and pornography, what have you.
Sheer writer.
Yeah, it also had. I actually laughed more than a few times. I thought this had some pretty good writing. But who wants to go next? What did you guys think?
I'll go. This is spoiler free, or are we doing spoilers now?
It's TV Terror Talk. We've always just freely spoke.
Okay, yeah. Well then, this is pretty much a retelling of the first season, and I liked it. They condensed it. They cut out a lot of the fat. They hit every note of the first season, which I thought was cool. I really enjoyed the gay couple. They were awesome, and their beef with the contractor, and the lines that fucker says is hilarious. He just wants like ass and mouth privileges. That needs to be a shirt. It's fucking great.
Oh well, we can make that one happen.
Paris Jackson plays a really good bitch, so good for her. Yeah, I like. She was the main bully.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't realize that, Dan?
I did not know who she was. No, did not.
Yeah, I dug it. We got some Halloween themes in there too. Yeah, it was fine. The only part where I did roll my eyes is the extra therapist in the house. But you know what? Fuck it. I really enjoyed it, and I'm really looking forward to the rest of it. I kind of hope they all like connect just a little bit, count like this did, maybe a little less. But if we can get something connected to fucking Asylum, I just take my money.
My biggest complaint is they didn't have like a central threat like they should have. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was almost in a way a little too. I mean, it was funny. There was some good writing, but
maybe the happy ending you didn't like because like everybody kind of settled and it was okay. So like the threat is the house.
Yeah,
I get that. I was entertained, but they didn't give you what they advertised at all. This is not what I consider an anthology show.
Well they only have technically one episode.
Yeah, that's like saying Freddy's Nightmares wasn't because the first one was a prequel.
They should have just made it the first episode 2 hours.
Yeah. And honestly, the only reason it's broken up is if they ever throw into syndication, it can be 2 episodes. That's the only reason it's broken up.
They did curse in this version, so that was cool. I think they got like an F-bomb or something.
Well, you know, I'll go last just because I don't like Murder House season 1, and I'll talk about that. Kruger, do you watch the series? I don't even know.
Yes, I've seen 2 seasons.
84.
No, I haven't seen 84.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
he's getting there.
I watched I've seen Freak Show, and then I saw Asylum, and I liked Freak Show, really liked Asylum a lot. this, I don't know. Like it has its moments. Like I did dig like the whole confrontation between the gay couple and their daughter about, you know, her sadomasochistic fucking porn addiction. I've actually had a similar situation.
I was gonna
that
ask
happened to me when I was 12. Like my family had to have a come to Jesus meeting with me about some of the porn I was looking up.
Ooh, that's embarrassing.
Oh, dude, tell me about it. You know what's even more fucking embarrassing when the motherfuckers are bringing it up at the fucking family party after too.
I've had that conversation on the other side. I'll just say that.
Yeah. I thought the whole thing with the group of bullies, like
Patreon,
No.
Patreon, not you. I know, but Kruger, Patreon.
fucking yeah. There's another one. I thought the whole thing that happened with the bullies and Scarlet, though, like, I don't know, you've seen that done so many fucking times, and it's like it's so predicted, like you see it coming a mile away where they're going with it, you know what I mean? I thought they could have been maybe a little bit more clever there. And I'm with you, Pugs. I hated that fucking therapist. Like, she ruined the first episode for me, because like at first I was like, oh, I really like this, and then that shit came in at the end, and I was like, oh dude, come on, that just put like it was like somebody just spit in my mouth. The whole thing,
not the good way.
no, not the good way. The whole thing with Scarlet though and her ghost girlfriend, like I did like that story she told, and you know, just how her fucking parents sold her off to a, you know, sadomasochist, and
didn't you want more revenge shown there? Because I thought that would have been more satisfying.
I was getting there.
He knows you, Kruger.
Yeah, because like that shit at the end, if like they should have showed what the fuck she did to him, or at least showed fucking pictures, you know what I mean? Like that was so stupid. And like I wasn't really
would have been cool. Yeah.
The one thing I'll say though about the second episode is like the whole scene where the contractor finds the dead bodies in the, you know, in the wall and shit, and then like you see this visual of one of the girls with her mouth open, maggots are crawling out, her eyes are all whited out. I thought that was really cool, and then immediately after he turns around and hits this motherfucker with a hammer and just straight murders him like in front of everybody. That was a super what the fuck moment. And yeah, the I want ass and mouth privileges, that's a fucking great line. Like that did make me laugh pretty hard. With me, like I don't know, I kind of maybe wanted more tragic story. I wasn't really cool with the ending, leaving on such a happy note. But I mean, I see a lot of people actually liking this. I mean, it is similar. It does have a similar feel to the other American Horror Story seasons I've seen. So like, I think hardcore fans will probably enjoy it a lot. But just for me, like I originally tried to start with Murder House, and I got, I think like 6 episodes in, and I bailed out. I was just like, fuck, I'm done. Like, I can't do this one anymore, because it didn't hit with me at all. But then I ended up liking Freak Show, and I really like Asylum's probably my favorite. Yeah.
I did the exact same thing, Kruger. I started, and that's why I didn't watch the series until 84. I didn't watch them. I tried to watch Murder House. I probably got about 6 in. Then I was finally like, I don't know, maybe, I don't know how long. I was like, fuck, I guess I'll finish it just to finish it. And I did. And I was like, yeah, I'm good. I don't need to watch season 2.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Dan.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was letting Kruger if he had anything else before I finish.
Oh, just fucking lobster hands and fucking Freak Show is hilarious.
Yes.
I'd like him back. I thought he was great. I mean, he did come back, but no, not lobster hands. I'm sorry. The what was his name? The seal looking dude. I can't remember his name. No. The tattooed dude in Freak Show.
Whatever. We got Piggy Man, and I'm stoked.
Yeah. But yeah, Dan, you keep trying to skip me over like always.
My bad.
Because didn't you already go, Dan?
I had one other thought, but
you say it before. Go ahead. You're like,
I didn't. One thing that they could have made this better, I didn't quite like with the bullies, where they just sort of like, we're cool. I was like, no, come on.
That was stupid.
Yeah, we need some. I mean, if you wanted to end it like that,
because they were stoked they can look forever young.
Yeah.
They did, but I needed a little more
Well,
of
I
a
thought it was
bang
fine.
there at the
Yeah.
end.
Yeah,
When she killed him, it was awesome because it's like, oh fuck yeah. But I don't know, maybe that's the moment.
Well, like I was saying earlier, Murder House didn't do it for me. I actually ended up watching a fan edit that was the first movie condensed to a couple hours, which it played better for me. I thought there was too much filler, but I actually like this better than Murder House. I did really like it. I know you mentioned it's similar. I haven't watched the long version. It's so long. I can't tell beat by beat. The one thing I did wanted to say to defend the decision, because it for an anthology show, 1 being 2 episodes and 2 relating to the series, I think you got to do something to bring, like, you don't want a Friday the 13th situation where
That's
people
true.
tune in wanting, expecting that and not getting it.
My beef wasn't the tie-in. I think that's awesome. I hope they all do. My beef was like, why is it 2 parts?
No, and that was the other thing. I get that one, but it's not like they dropped them a week apart. They dropped them the same day.
Then don't split them. You can split them.
I know. Well, like I said, that's a syndication thing. If they ever sell them off syndication, they have 2 episodes ready to go.
It felt like the start of a new season in a way. Like at the very end, it felt like it was going to have one other, if I didn't know any better, it was going to have one other big thing that's like, oh, this isn't over yet.
Really? I thought it felt done.
Here's one thing I would like to see out of it, and most anthologies don't do this. Freddy's Nightmares did it a lot. We'd get sequel episodes that continue certain stories. So, like, maybe in like a later season, 10 episodes, they could do something more with this, or whatever they do in season 2, they could like, well, we want to revisit that down the line. And I think that concept would be, cool to see that again. Like someone, if we want to see more from a story, they're like, well, let's go back and do more from that story.
I think the tone works for the general tone of American Horror Story works for an anthology because there's been some pretty crazy shit that, you can't, maybe you're not as successful stretching over a whole season.
Well, technically American Horror Story is an anthology series. It's just not weekly anthology. No, it is. It is. It's
instead of episodes, it's just seasons.
Yeah.
Traditional, though.
Yeah, just how the Terror too. Like the Terror is kind of doing that now. I don't know if the Terror is getting the 3rd season, but at least that's what they did with the first 2.
I don't think so. That the Terror is a great novel, by the way. There's a lot more to it, but I don't know. I mean, hey, I was entertained. I thought the lead was really strong, her girlfriend I thought was also very strong. I almost felt like, man, you could do a prequel episode on her, like Todd was saying, like her journey, or even something after, because I thought she should have been in on that revenge too. They should have like killed that guy together. She can't on Halloween.
You can go all the way over there to, I think it was Arizona or something.
Well, you find
a 16-hour round trip, right, Kruger?
She could have kidnapped him and brought him over. If
Kruger could do it the day, she could do it.
Yeah.
I doubt she has to sleep either.
Shit. Do you know what is funny though? The ghost girlfriend of Scarlett, where she ended up seeing her parents, is actually the town I'm living in now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But
well,
are we going to rate the show? Episodes?
We normally don't.
We just recommend. So far, I recommend.
Good start.
Yeah.
I say if you like the other stuff, check it out. But
yeah, I don't think it's. Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's for. I think you have to like already go in liking the whole concept.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will fight for that, Dan. It is It is also an anthology series,
just not a traditional one. But
it's not a weekly one. It's not weekly. It's still traditional.
And also I don't know. It all starts to tie into, but that's a interesting debate. I don't know. I'd say no, but fair enough. You can make the case.
They call it an anthology series, though, so you yell at them.
I'll yell at them.
Write your letters. All right.
I will go full care.
Well, now we're going to go full spoilers.
Yes.
For the other stuff we got. So Dan, tell them something before we do it.
Guys, this is the point where if you don't want to be completely spoiled, you may want to bow out. If you don't care, hey, cool. But if you're picky, pick back up later. And remember, guys, like, share, subscribe, comment, and pound that notification bell, please, on YouTube. It helps the channel grow.
That's what I was trying to get you to do, Dan. That was my prompt. So, spoilers.
Sweet. Where are we starting, guys?
Should we reverse?
Yeah.
First, okay. What movie did we do last?
Purge.
Turd.
So the bunny scene, I did like the whole bunny getup. Like, I thought they looked really fucking cool, and how that they had the, I don't know what the fuck they call it, the No Country from Old Men fucking thing about the stabber in the fucking head. I thought that was cool, and yeah, and then when her boss comes in and he fucking baseball bats the cleaver into one of the bunny's heads, that was fucking sick as hell. And then he just kicks it fucking in, like, just again. I thought that was really nice. But outside of that, yeah, I wasn't. It's not fucking good. Don't check it out.
I have no spoilers.
I got none for that.
I hated it. That's
not a spoiler, Dan.
And we'll reserve spoilers for Escape Room for another time once
Yes.
our two buddies watch it. So.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I don't. Do any of us have anything on Great White? I don't.
I wanted to punch the fucking shit out of that Asian motherfucker. How do you toss over the Samoan dude or whatever the fuck he is? Yeah. That is some fucked up shit. Get your fucking ass off my boat. Fuck him. That part.
I agree. Yeah, and that would have at least given you a satisfying moment, because I'm like, he just gets to sit here after doing that. No,
yeah,
he's. I knock him out, break his arms, whatever, and use him as bait to get so I can get my fat ass away. That is how that goes. That is how that goes. Just sorry, dude. Boom.
Yeah, that part is the only thing I wanted to talk about, because that pissed me off to no end. You're just gonna let him sit here and almost survive. Fuck that.
And if the girl has a problem with it, she goes over.
You can go too.
Yeah.
Take your grandfather with you.
All right. I think we do for initiation. I know Kruger has some.
Just the fucking, so the whole kill where he gives the kid the swirly, like, what the fuck was what was your problem, Pugs? Because for me, I was like, how the fuck do you not, like, give him a swirly and have the imagery of his head there with the blood all over the fucking place with the, with the water? He picks him back up and puts him with his fucking hands over his head. I thought that was stupid as shit.
That was another part where I'm like, are they spelling something? Because the first one kind of looked like a T or a Y, and then this could be an A or whatever. But my main problem was that actor in particular sucks. Like, he was just fucking dead. Like, dude, you're dying. You don't have to be a little... whatever you're doing is fucked up. The whole white room, just so that blood can come out bigger, then splatter it more. It was way too small of a puddle. That whole thing just rubbed me the wrong way. Fuck that shit. I hate it. But I do like the fucking... Like, if I had a daughter, and I would do something like this for her, because I get that. So put me on the jury. Fucking... I forgot his name. But the dad... I find innocent. He went to go protect his daughter. He maybe overreacted a little bit, but hey, I don't have a kid. I'm sure if I did, I would do the same thing. So the reasoning behind that, I get. But yeah, as a whole, the movie's just fine.
I feel like he could have, like, sent her away somehow before he went on his rampage. But there were probably, if you really think about it, but
that would draw attention to her, though. Then she'd be a suspect.
Yeah,
that's true.
And I also thought it was going to be like, if it's weird that it's that daughter and not the daughter from the year previous that was attacked as well, but whatever.
All right.
That's all I got for that.
Do we have anything on Pig? I thought we'd have more spoilers on this.
It's not a heavy spoiler movie, really. I mean,
I was gonna say the only reason I didn't give it like a 4.5 or a 5 is because, like, my initial besides the hunger and that I shit you not, my stomach was growling through the movie. So I've just lost my train of thought. It was just like it wasn't what I expected. And I still want the movie that I thought I was promised. So I think that kind of hindered it for me. But I guarantee you, over time, I'm gonna just own it and be like, "It's a masterpiece." So I don't know. That's all I got.
I think maybe the rewatch factor is the only reason I didn't like go all the way with it. And but again, I really enjoyed the film. If you just again, it's not going to be what people expect, but I don't think you should hold that against the movie. I hope people don't.
Yeah.
I
All
agree.
right. Well, I guess that's all of our spoilers. We had a short one tonight.
Yeah.
Well, not a short show, but short spoilers. Do we have anything else before we get out here then?
Well, fleshwoundfeatures.com. Check out all of our links, including our Teespring store. There will be new stuff coming. Lots of cool things. Patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures. We're getting ready to film something else here with Kruger. So check that out. You will only see that on our Patreon. It all starts at just $1. So we appreciate your support. As I said, guys, comment, hit that like button. That's huge on YouTube. So if you do watch us and you do like us, hey, hit it. Helps the channel grow. And we are also on Discord, which is very active right now. So if you use that, hop on there. We're on the Twitch. We're on everything. Horror Cartel Flesh Wound Radio Facebook group. Join that. And follow us at Flesh Wound Radio on Twitter. And you can also follow us all individually as well.
Correctamundo. And with that being said, gentlemen, let's get the fuck out of here. Dan?
Good night.
Kyle
Todd?
Shine.
Stay sick, motherfuckers.
I'll see you in Disneyland.